This time on Shooting USA, it's bang and clang action with the best steel shooters in the country. We're in Anderson, South Carolina for the U.S. Steel Championship. And later, Jerry Michalak is with us to start a new series of Pro Tips.
This is Shooting USA, reporting the stories of America's shooting sports.
There are many factors that contribute to the success of a shooting sport. Perhaps one of the biggest is how spectator-friendly the sport may be. Can you determine just by watching who's doing better than who? Well, in steel shooting, the action is lightning fast, and the spectators know right away when they see a winning performance. That appeal brings out a lot of new faces to watch and to shoot. We've got the action for you from the ranges at the U.S. Steel Championship. Steel Championship shooting is certainly the most spectator-friendly of the pistol sports, and that appeal is felt by the shooters as well. There is instant feedback from the sound of a solid hit on the steel. And there's a division for everyone in the steel game. There is a production division, which makes the cost to start in center fire steel competition very affordable. And at the top of the sport, there are the open division center fire shooters. Compensators and red dot optics are the norm in this division. But like any other kind of racing, the faster the equipment, the higher the cost, as in the case of Dave Zavini's open Glock.
Externally, it's very different than a stock 17, starting with the magwell, which isn't needed here. If you need it here, you're in a lot of trouble. The mount, which is an aluminum S&J mount with the Seymour sight on top, and the barrel comp assembly.
The limited division centerfire shooters are also able to put up some very fast times on the stages, but without the aiming help of a red dot optic or a compensator to minimize muzzle flip.
To me, I think the 1911 and a steel gun is still the most reliable, pistol you can shoot. So, I mean, that's what I'll shoot, in this type of competition.
And bye.
There are two divisions for revolver enthusiasts, the open division for those who prefer an optic, and the limited for iron sight shooters. The open and limited distinction also governs the rimfire divisions of steel championship shooting. The biggest difference, aside from the diminutive caliber, is that competitors start from a low-ready position. No holsters needed to compete in either of the rimfire divisions of steel shooting. It is the accessibility of the rimfire division that attracts so many new shooters to steel shooting. And a great number of these upstarts are juniors, like 14-year-old Sonny Morton from Virginia.
How'd he do, Dad? He did pretty good. That last string was a little rough on him, but he may have good targets to keep him on.
Sonny's dad, Nevitt, has been around the pistol sports for years, making the road to competition an easy one for Sonny. Another junior with an easy road into the competition is Alyssa Janowitz. Her dad, Derek, is one of the match directors. And 12-year-old Ashley Bolda has the guidance of longtime steel shooter Mike Setting to help her along in competition. Then there's this guy, a young man who comes with an unmatched shooting pedigree. 9-year-old Trevor Koenig has taken up the same sport that his father has 3 times won as world champion.
4.7, that was a killer for a first run. Yeah, you had that one makeup there, so you had a 4.7, a 5.8, 5.9, and a 5.1. Good job. Good job.
As a pro shooter, Doug has countless hours on the range preparing his game for competition. But what was it like bringing his 9-year-old son into the competition arena?
I was real confident, and, I knew, I didn't really care how well he actually shot. I mean, that's kind of irrelevant. I just wanted to make sure he was safe and, was composed, and he did a great job. I was really proud of him, and then on top of that, he shot well. So it was neat. It was fun, to be there and experience it with him.
One more junior who is no stranger to competition is 17-year-old Casey Cochran. Casey has been sharpening her skills in both USPSA as well as steel championship shooting for a couple of years and is starting to see the benefit of experience.
Now, you've got some experience in this game. Tell
Yes,
me
sir.
about that.
Yes, sir. I've been shooting steel for about a year and a half. My dad, Pat Cochran, started me on that. Actually, last year won the 22 Juniors National Championship here. After that, I won the Georgia State Juniors 22, and I also won it this year. So I've had quite a bit of experience with steel.
Quite a bit of experience indeed. That's terrific, Casey. Keep it up. And how about Trevor Koenig? That young man is well on his way to the shooting sports for sure. And I don't think I remember seeing a more proud father than Doug. What a great story. But the story is far from over at the U.S. Steel Championship as we pick up the action with the top shooters next.
Shooting USA is brought to you by Smith & Wesson. Safety, security, protection, and sport. And by Crimson Trace Laser Grips, the world's only grip-integrated laser sights.
California, Elite Series Shotgun.